You're East Coast.
That's a good point.
Yep.
Let's go.
Here we go. So, welcome to Nearing Nirvana. This is episode 42 of Long Story Short. We're going to cover nothing but Jackie Robinson books throughout the rest of the night and cards. So, get ready. I'm just joking. But how's everyone's evening doing?
Yeah, we're good, man. We're good. Ready to talk some comic books, man.
Yep. Carter looks like he's ready. Joe's got his game face on. I'm just looking forward to Dallas. Let's see who we have. I know, right? We have a GT Key comic jumping in early into when the stream got made. Good Kaiji, what's up? Rudy Tagu, is that right? Sorry if I mispronounced that. Lord of Brooklyn, how's it going? James Waite, Paul Holloway, how are you? Will Miranda. Let's see, Danger Room Comics, and we have viewers from Facebook. What's up, Rinstrom? How are y'all?
Hey, thanks for tuning in, everybody.
So I guess that was a pretty quick. Oh, I want to take this time to thank our sponsors. So make sure you're subscribed up to Cover Price. Use the code Nirvana14 for a 30-day unlimited membership for only 99 cents. And then we like to thank our other sponsors over at Bird City Comics. You can use the code Nirvana for a 10% discount. They've been dropping bangers every other week. No, it's really every week. So I'm excited to see what they drop this week. And it's great to hear about Hive doing their collabs together with the birds and the bees. So
yeah, really cool. I don't know what the book is this week, but I know they're really excited about it. So I don't know. Keep your eyes open. Should be pretty cool.
All right. I still need to make that banner at the bottom.
Yeah, seriously, like just a big red disclaimer. So anyways, yeah, we're going to talk about books tonight to keep an eye out on your hunts when you're out there digging for books. Some of these are already out of reach, let's be honest, but yeah, this is not a spec list or a buy list. So just have some fun with it, and if you find these out digging, might be worth picking up for the right price. So let's get into the show.
There you go. we get our disclaimer that's going to go throughout the entire show. So.
All right. So Julia Carpenter is going to get her own movie, I hear. At least that's the rumors going around. So I just thought I'd talk about this really awesome book, Silk Number 2 by the legendary Mark Bagley, one of the very top Spider-Man artists ever, in my opinion. Right up there with McFarlane and Larson and all of those guys. I think he did Spider-Man amongst the best. This is a tough book. We saw a 9.8 sell for this just under $200 last year. And there's only 16 on the census, which is kind of surprising. People are asking about $50 to $75 for this book generally, sometimes more. But yeah, just a good looking one.
It's a tough book, man.
I love all these Marvel 92 variants throughout this time period. I mean,
the great thing about it is like the way he drew this character, it looks like it's out of the 90s. Like it has that whole feel to it. Like
his style was
80s
was
90s.
From the 90s, but it wasn't that Liefeld image like just exploding in your face 90s style. He sort of captures sort of the essence of it. But yeah, I had some original art from Bagley years ago. I loved his Ultimate Spider-Man run. Just big fan. And he was a workhorse, man. Like he crushed interiors like nobody.
This is an underrated cover, though. Like, I remember when this came out, I've got a copy, but because of that damn black cover, I mean, there's some color rub on it, but I scooped it up anyway. I mean, it's just a tough book to find, man. In
Yeah,
a high grade.
it's almost like it's sort of teasing ASM 300 with a circle in the background
Yeah.
there, but just taking a completely different take on it. I don't know,
But-
just
Yeah, but a lot of these Marvel 92s are usually based off of a homage cover to something.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know, like, what Liefeld did one for X Force,
yeah.
where it's like, or it's actually X Force 2. That's a homage to X Force 2.
Did you ever find this one, Carter? I know you found the one after this one, which we're not talking about tonight.
It's funny. I never paid attention to these 92 variants, and
Really?
even that one. Yeah, I just figured that they were a little too give. Now this is a good cover, but it's just something that I never paid attention to as far as variants go.
Yeah, I mean, this one for me isn't even really about the whole 92 vibe of it. It's just a good looking book.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, some of them were a little gimmicky, but this one hits.
It looks like it's the 2015 run. So,
I mean, Silk's got a series every year, maybe 2 a year at this point. It seems. I mean, I've never seen a book get relaunched more than Silk. It's unbelievable, but
maybe Miss Marvel.
no, I still think Silk takes the cake.
Oh yeah, because she had 2 last year.
Yeah, when her first series came out, it was 2 in the same year when the first one came out.
Oh, that's the worst.
When they split the year in half. With
because
because then it gets all jumbled. Is it from this time period or this time period? You have to put like a month in front of it.
I just feel like these creators waste so much time in trying to create new characters when they have plenty of toys in the closet. You know, like develop Silk. Develop these characters and do something with them. They act like there's nothing to do with these characters, and they just need to create Spider-Boy and this and that. Like, I mean, you make it so.
You already have like 300 Spider characters to choose from.
I mean, no shit.
And that's just the movie, right?
Develop these characters the way you like Amazing Spider-Man was developed, and it's just.
Agreed. Yeah. All right, let's keep the show rolling. All right, so this is obviously a big banger of a book. God, I passed this up for $45. So stupid.
Wow.
Because I thought it would come down. Anyways, Ghost Spider number 2 by Peach Momoko. For my money, probably her very best book.
Yeah.
It's a 1 in 25. A 9.8 sold last month for $1,650. That's big money. And it's not like this book is actually like super scarce on the census. Like 226 is a respectable amount. 150 and 9.8, but people get this and they don't let it go. It just sits in collections. So
this is okay. So this is like a ratio variant and not a store variant.
This is a ratio variant.
It's a ratio.
Yeah.
So it's a number 2. So like LCSs, how could you not at least order 25 of a hot character? You know what I mean?
This is not the first Ghost Spider series either. The first one was
true.
Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider. So this was the second Ghost Spider series. And then she had series before that, like Radioactive, and there was the original Spider-Gwen. So she's had a number by this time. This one came around.
Well, and then this is also early Peach work as well too. Like when she first got signed on to Marvel, because like she had the Risings cover like right before this,
mm-hmm.
And then what else was it? She had quite a few like right in this like small span, like Silver Surfer Black number 4.
Oh yeah.
there's a couple others I can't think off the top of my head, but yeah.
Yeah, I think she did a real good job with this one. I mean, it's my favorite work of hers. I think she crushed.
Yeah,
it.
I agree with you, Ben. It's a stunning look. Like it is her best stuff.
It's an
I mean,
interesting concept.
there might be a couple out there that
Uh,
maybe some people are saying, but I mean, it's
yeah.
a banger. It's a banger. Like immediately, it looks expensive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you ever get a chance to see it in person, it really does pop.
Hey,
Like,
hold up your 9.8, Aaron.
It's a 9.6, but
Oh, it's a 9.6. Oh, put it back down. That is beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah. But I mean,
Holy
like,
shit.
if you can kind of see like some of the details that's within it, it's just stunning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Feels like she's looking at me, bro.
She is, man. There's no question about that. She's taking a video too.
Yeah.
All right. So this next one, Carter, is a store exclusive, which I think it is a little under the radar. I don't know what the print runs on these words. Probably the typical Marvel 1,000 Virgin, 3,000 trade dress, but I don't know. You know, the first time an artist homages a big work, I think it works. More than that, it gets burnt out. But we saw ourselves for this sell this month for $350, which isn't bad. That $350 was not for the trade dress; it was for the Virgin. The Virgin pictures I couldn't find. They were really blurry for whatever reason. 241 on the census. What I find interesting though is that a slug of them are signature series. 109 out of the 241. So. I don't know if there must have been something that she was at where she was signing these, but
whatever you got to fight that feeling to want to keep cover swiping your own art like that.
Mm-hmm.
You got to fight it.
Yeah, she did it one other time, and it fell flat for me. And it wasn't a Marvel book; it was a Harley Quinn book. I forget which one it was, and it didn't. It kind of missed in a big way, and she hasn't done it since, as far as I'm aware.
That was the book I was thinking of, Eric Esser. Thank you so much.
Fallen Angels.
Yeah, Fallen Angels.
I mean, this cover, even though she swiped herself, I mean, I could see like you putting them together, like, and it would look pretty cool.
I mean, and then someone mentioned it earlier. She did do one for Batman Adventures Continues, I think issue number 1, where it was Harley.
Okay, that was the one.
Okay, so I bought that one.
Okay,
I did buy that one.
That I know. I think that one's also a store exclusive as well. I'm pretty sure it's the same store that did this one.
No, I don't think that book goes for anything either.
Yeah, for whatever reason, that one didn't do it for me. But yeah, this one, the trade dress sold pretty reasonably online. Probably $30 or something like that. But yeah, just throwing it out there.
You know what? I take that back. I think her Vampirilla.
Oh yeah, those were pretty good.
Yeah, those were good. Yeah.
My favorite's the TMNT number 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's also did a lot of
yeah, that's true. I mean, she at one point in time she had like 5 variants coming out a week.
Yeah, she was overworked to the extreme, no question.
So it's because of Comic Tom, dude. It kept on peach. You know, poor lady. Like, give her a break, bro.
I'm sure
chill out.
I'm sure she made a shit ton of money though. All right. Speaking of peach, I think we got one more on the show. So this is Don't Pay the Ferryman. This was pretty cool.
Man.
This is an NYCC exclusive. It's a metal. It's limited to 100. There were a trade dress and a Virgin that were just regular covers of the same image, limited to 300 each as well. But this one limited to 100 is pretty tough. Pretty tough to find.
It's eerie
for you metal collectors.
Wait a minute. It's so the cover is metal, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the New York exclusive, yeah. And they were numbered to 100, and they're actually numbered on the book. You can kind of see.
Any of you guys pick this one up?
No, I came across this by accident. I was unaware of this.
Wow.
Yeah, when I kind of look over the slides before publishing them out, or just kind of like to pick out thumbnail pictures and all that. And when I saw this, I was like kind of like, I don't think I've ever seen this.
And I think the publisher was like 4 Leaf Comics or something like that. I could be wrong about that, but it was some
like
obscure,
4-Color Fiends or something like that, or
yeah, it was some obscure indie for sure.
This was the con that like Peach ducked under the table and all that. There was all that ruckus, right?
I think it was the recent one. I don't know if this book had anything to
okay.
do with that insanity or anything, but I think it might have been that con, this year.
Oh, she's got heavy metal magazine art. Okay.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. I saw that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's interior work, if I'm not mistaken, in that heavy metal, right?
Well, is it Whatnot? They're re-releasing Heavy Metal magazine, and the new #1, she's got a cover for that.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know some of her early work before she started doing comics were in magazines. Like, she had an adult magazine. I don't remember the title. She did some heavy metal stuff, and
She did a lot of stuff on human skin, right? Wasn't she a tattoo artist? I thought I heard she did a lot of tattoo stuff earlier.
Maybe.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I swear I read that somewhere.
But also check out Comic Book Women's coverage on Peach Bamoko. So they interviewed.
Is it the definitive list?
It's the compendium, man.
I think it's like the panelists' favorite covers.
No, they do a great job over there, man. They cover it like, oh man, I forgot about that book. So shout out to the Comic Book Women.
Oh, I've been missing counters. My bad.
All right, 2 for 4. All right, not bad. All right, what else do we got?
Ooh.
All right, I know we've talked about this book before, but an all-time high raw from what I could find went this week for $455, which just beats out a book that sold back during the crazy times for comics a couple of years ago. It's Manera. I misspelt that.
I was all like, who's Manran?
Manera, Milo Manera. It's the 1 in 50. This was the controversial book, so they put the trade dress across her butt to make it PG. This book surprises me, man. People are asking big bucks for this thing now in 9.8. $1,500 or more, and there's 340 on the census, which is not super rare. But anyways, another one that people have bought, tucked away, are only reselling for big money at this point.
Yeah, Manera has some like kick-ass covers, like very few though for Marvel, but man, it's another one of these Italian artists that just like did some racy covers and stuff like that. But man, all get like didn't he have an Avengers book? I think an Avengers variant that like commands a premium too.
Well, he's got a lot. He's got a lot of good ones. I mean, I think we talked about the Scarlet Witch.
Oh
he's got a bunch of good ones from Marvel. Psylocke, Storm, Angela, Gamora. I mean, he did a bunch of ones that have all hit pretty well. Anyways, I just touched on this one because I saw that it went for crazy money.
Yeah,
like his the magazines or whatever, man, they go for some bucks, man. Like his stuff is expensive.
Hey Rob, it's funny that you say that. I was kind of surprised. I was looking for a foreign of this as well, but nothing to be found. And a lot of his stuff obviously was done on foreign books. So I don't know why this one never. If it was too controversial for Europe, I don't know. But and Rob, I apologize ahead of time. I forgot to get your books that you threw on the show tonight. I got so busy at work. I was rushing to get these done.
I don't know what's controversial about it. Like if you want to see somebody's ass, just go on TikTok. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's more controversial stuff they should cover up than than the
Yeah,
body.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
Of all the things that went on, I would
Yeah.
say that suit that she's wearing is pretty skin tight. If you look at her back, it's basically, sticking to her spine. So I think it was just the
As it should be. Mama!
the form-fitting nature, perhaps, of the uniform that caught people by surprise on this one.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. I actually talked to Liger was saying that this book has been on YouTube all week. I actually talked about this book yesterday on Beyond Wednesday.
About the same sale here?
Yeah, it's the same sale
Yeah,
because
okay.
it ended up making the market report because $4.55.
Yeah, I mean,
Carter, you ever run into it?
No, you don't like
No.
I passed it up for $200.
Peter, where are you?
Honestly, I wouldn't have bought that for even 200. This cover is. Hey, has Milo Benara ever done like Xenoscope stuff?
I don't think so. I think honestly he's no. I don't think he has. He's done some vampy stuff or a vampy cover. I don't think he's done the Xenoscope.
I don't think so.
I was gonna say I'd be surprised if he didn't do a Vampirella cover, or at least one, or a
He
Red
would
Sonja.
shock the hell out of them at Zenoscope. They were all like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 man! That's too much for us."
That seems like a high bar to set, to try to pass for.
Well, who is this guy?
Yeah.
So Milo, what do you do for a living? I draw the smutty version of the superhero.
It's just the female form. That's what all he's embracing, Carter. I mean, But anyways, all right, we can move on. Everybody knows about this one. All right. Extraordinary X-Men #2. We talked about Kevin Wada last week, and God, I went blank on who submitted this. So apologies. I'm working too damn much lately.
It was me. No, I'm just joking.
Thank you for the submission. It was the first book I put on the slides for this week. I did it last week, and then I didn't make the notes, and then I went back. I couldn't find the conversation, so apologies. But Kevin Watt is good. This is a 1 in 25, and it doesn't go for a whole hell of a lot, but it is a good looking book.
I like Nightcrawler. He's looking like the lead singer of Color Me Bad.
Look at that flow. It is
Bro, it's his high school pick, man.
All right, let's keep the show rolling tonight. Carter, I pulled this off your recent haul. You want to talk? You want to touch this on this one for a second?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so this is All New Ultimates number 2. I believe this came out in 2017. I'm pretty sure. The 1 in 25 variant. Now, this is the first appearance of a character, but I forget who. I'm sorry, but I don't know. I just because there was, so you have 1, 2, and 3 were kind of harder to find variants, and this one is still readily available. I think you could find this book for about $5, but I was looking forward just to kind of complete the run of those variants. But again, doesn't go for anything, but it's an interesting cover.
Yeah, it's a good looking book. I will say this. All of the cover A's on this run by Nakayama are worth grabbing. I think they're all really damn good on this run. I grab them in $1.50 bins. I never leave them behind. I love every single one of them. The Miles cover on issue number 5 is pretty badass. There's a few other ones that are really cool, but yeah, this is a good looking book. I like the colors. I like what they did with the trade dress. And believe it or not, I've never found this one digging ever.
I've never seen this one. It's a great book.
The next one you're probably familiar with. Just figured I'd throw it on.
Mm-hmm.
So All New Ultimates number 3. This is Saya Om, 1 in 25. This is a striking cover in its own right. and this thing sells for a respectable price. We saw it go for $200 early last year. What I was surprised at, there's only 12 on the census. It strikes me that there should be more of this book out there, but only 12, which is damn low.
Scoop that book up,
yeah, man, where's she been?
Yeah, we
Anybody know?
talked about her a while back. You know,
Yeah.
like she's been in hiatus for a while. She does. She's had a couple of things, but not like her stuff is awesome, man.
This is my favorite cover of hers.
Yeah, this cover hits all the right notes.
Checks a lot of boxes.
Yeah, good looking stuff. The character Bombshell on the front, like, she could have been something. Maybe they'll do something with her in the future, but she seemed like a cool character.
Underutilized character.
Mm-hmm.
She was cool in the series, but all right. Next on the list. All right, dipping into the foreign realm. This is Elektra #1. This is a German museum edition, is what they used to call these books. Limited to 500. It was numbered on the front. This was the same cover from issue number 5 from that Elektra series in the 90s, where Horn, I think, did most of the covers, at least early on in the run. Yeah, this is a book that I think they were asking $100 for this book when it came out. I don't even think it goes for that now, but it is tougher to get your hands on this.
And then Rob is saying cardstock cover more than likely
On this thing, yeah. I think it was even like
it's slightly
like
bigger
textured.
too in size, right?
Yeah, it was textured, and even like the edges were like rough edges.
Oh, like perforated.
Yeah,
Like art school paper.
yeah,
Fancy art school paper.
yeah. And it was it was a very sort of porous kind of cover that seemed to pick up. I would imagine it would pick up.
Oh, like dirt.
Real easy. Yeah, real easy. Yeah, just a fun book that's kind of a throwback to an era of Elektra that I really like. So, all right.
Oh, real quick, all new Ultimates #2. It's the first appearance of a character called Scourge.
Scourge.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh, Bristol paper. Thank you so
Right.
much, Leva.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Jesus Christ, Ben, where do you find these books? This is badass, dude.
Yeah. So I was talking. This is Flops Comics. He's a
Bubblegum.
He's a UK artist. You guys know.
I can see Ben doing that Vince McMahon meme where he just like falls out of his chair.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
this
God.
is a bubblegum cover. You guys know that I like these. So this was it's by a guy who goes by Flops Comics on IG. Bought this. I got this from his web store. I just thought it was cool, so I threw it on the list. These were limited to 50, but he wasn't asking much for these. I think they were like 8 or 10 pounds. Yeah, just a good looking book. And I really, really like the style of art. He's posted a lot of pictures on the site of like Marvel characters, and they really pop in the style, but they're not, they're just like, he teases like, would you like me to see me do a Marvel cover? Would you like this? Would you like to see me do something like this sometime? But he hasn't done anything super mainstream. He's done a lot of Kickstarter books. He's done a handful of indie books. But all of it is very much sort of this type of style. And
Mook 69. That's cool. Mook.
Just a cool book.
Now, is it like a comic, Ben, or it's?
This is like a comic magazine, so it's more of a magazine size. But yeah, there's like stories in there.
Okay.
About this character. It's like a goth girl or something like that.
Liger, you're gonna have to Google what mooked means. So
some English slang, I'm sure.
Mooked 69. Oh
All
yeah.
right, Carter, why don't you go ahead and you found 2 of these things for basically free.
Did you?
Yeah, oh my gosh, I had no time at all. And I was at a show where they were selling like multiple long boxes of ratio variants.
Oh, is this from your convention pickup video?
Yeah. So,
So
I would
I was watching that earlier. I didn't get to finish it though.
okay. Yeah, so this is in my haul video. I would urge all of y'all to go check it out. It's a good time. But yeah, I saw that. So I saw a copy, right? And then I go back into that little same area where those boxes were, and I see another one. And I'm like, did I not pick this up? What's going on? And then when I get home, I'm like, oh crap, I got 2. Yeah. So we have Winter Soldier Bitter March #1, and this is the photo cover. So Comics Pro. So Comics Pro is the summit of retailers, right?
Yeah.
It's not the same as it's a certain group of within Diamond or something like that.
Okay.
No, it's a Comics Pro group, and so like they have their own separate summit from the Diamond Retailer Summit, if that makes any sense.
It's like
Yes.
an Illuminati.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's how much did you pay to get in here?
Right.
Right.
Welcome
Okay, so-
to the badass cover group.
Yeah, so this is the okay, so when I was looking this book up, there was one that sold very recently, like June 2nd, like the day before I found this, for about $100 raw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is tough. We have to go a little deeper on this book here in a second, because there's a big curveball on this book that we've covered way in the past, like, back on the Flip Side days, I think. But one point I want to make first on this one is that photo covers are starting to come to life in a big way, and I would argue that you go and ask the average MCU fan, they're going to say Winter Soldier was the best of the movies that they ever made. So when you put that together, I think this book long term has long legs. Now, the curveball is, if you go to the next slide, Aaron, there's 2 versions of this, and this one is a motherfucker. So this is the South by Southwest Gaming Expo giveaway at that con. And there's 1 copy on the census in this, and it's an 8.0 green label.
Green label, wow.
Now, I finally chased one of these things down after a very, 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 very long time. I think because these were probably just given away like in bags or something. These things are probably in a gaming expo. My guess is that these were probably tossed by most people and kicked to shit if they weren't. But yeah, I was able to find one of these after hunting for a very long time, in pretty decent shape. So Carter, I don't know which one sold. They both sell for respectable prices. I think a lot of people don't always catch the difference on these. But just something to be aware of on this book.
Carter's like, I need to go check my second copy again.
I'd be happy with either one, man. I just want one.
They're
And
both,
I need the Black Widow photo variant too. So
there's this another just because I love Winter Soldier. You know what? I'm going to couch that one. Tune in next week. We're going to talk about that book. You know what? Instead of burning it, I'm going to talk about. There's going to be a follow-up book to Winter Soldier photo cover next week. So tune in if you want to learn about it. Let's just leave it.
Nice.
cool.
Little preview teaser for
Yeah,
you.
little cornbread.
Hey James, I would agree. The Cap trilogy may be the best overall trilogy in movies. Certainly
absolutely.
in comic movies, I agree. People say The Dark Knight by Nolan. which is great in its own right.
Yeah.
For me, the Cap trilogy I thought was perfect.
I'm a Civil War guy myself.
Yeah.
That was the third one, man. It's like, yeah, I mean, that just.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was the Russos who really. I mean, you got to give those guys credit. I mean, they did the last two. In that,
I mean, they do a really good balance of like what's present, what's flashbacks, like, and then everything kind of like in between.
I watch the Winter Soldier, every couple months, and every time I watch it, I think it gets better. I mean, it just holds up. It's just a well executed movie. So.
No, the writing on it, like when Cap goes to see, and I've said it before, Agent Carter, and she's an old lady. She has a little bit of dementia, and the scene where she recognizes him, she goes, "Steve, is that you? You've been gone."
Mm-hmm.
That's what he probably hears when he goes back, returning the stones, and he sees her for the first time. So the connectivity that those writers had with that character was phenomenal.
Yeah, I agree. It was good shit for sure.
Well, you should send your copy in and be the
I
only.
know. I've been meaning to. I don't know what the hell my problem is. I think I've got it here somewhere, but yeah, I gotta send the damn thing in. But
And you picked it up recently, Ben? Because I was on your.
No, I mean I got it more during when things were crazy, probably late 2021.
Yeah, I was gonna say like probably like a year or two ago now at this point. Yeah, I remember it had been on your radar for a long time. You were so stoked when you actually picked it up. You're like, I got it.
That's a beautiful. I mean, that book is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Carter. This one fucking floored me. Anyways.
Okay, so I came across this book yesterday, and now here's the thing: I'm not an Oz fan. I'm not necessarily even a Scotty Young fan, but I kind of recognize that this book, it might be tough to find. The main reason why I put this on the list is just to ask questions about it and to see if any of you guys know anything about it, to see if anybody in the chat knows what's up with this book, if it really is hard to find, because I'm trying to,
Dude, you can't find a picture of this book is the fucking problem. Like, my comic shop's got it, but that's about it. Like,
oh wow.
I mean,
so yeah, we got to ask the comic book women crew. Sarah, She Geek 78. This is a question for you. I know you're a Scotty collector. Do you have this in your collection?
I bet you there was only like 500 of those printed, man.
What's interesting is that I think there's a 1 in 15 and a 1 in 20 that are plentiful. You can find them anywhere, but this second print is really tough.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't find a sniff of it anywhere. You sent me the little picture in the chat, which wasn't big enough for this screen.
Wow.
I went looking for it. I couldn't find it. Then I noticed, you found it at my comic shop, and I grabbed it there. I mean, it's hard to even find an image of this thing.
That's when you know it's a hard to find book, when you can't even find an image of it.
All right, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Where'd you find it, man? Did you find it?
I was out yesterday, and I was at a store that I hadn't been to in months, and it was just there for roughly cover price.
Yeah, good grab. I probably would have just looked over it, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't mind this series.
You know what? Whenever I come across second prints, especially Marvel second prints, I kind of give them a second look.
I grab them from this era. I grab them almost always, and maybe I would have caught it because of the, the green label up there. I mean, it says it. That usually catches my eye. Yeah. But if I didn't catch that, I probably would have kept going.
Michael Bajel in the comments. This was our favorite toy store that I got it, where I picked it up.
I think Mercenot has like spidey senses. They go,
totally
go off. Wait a minute, is that a variant?
He was bit by a radioactive comic. A radioactive paper cut. And
yeah, there you go. There you go. And the ink got in. The ink got.
I like this like style of Scotty Young too, where it's not like his baby variants, and it's like that that style that he did like on ASM 611, right?
Yeah.
Oh, with
The
Deadpool,
yeah, Spider-Man and Deadpool.
right?
Yeah, or even in like the I wouldn't go as it's not as far as the Cable Deadpool, like the end part of the run. But
Yeah, he's like sneaky good. Like, and I shouldn't say good. He's great. He can draw anything, man. And it's just like,
and
I
still
mean,
put
this
his
kind
like still put his style to it without
this
compromising his
this has
integrity.
like a Tim Burton feel to it.
Yeah. I would like to see him and like Tim Burton get together. That's a
Oh man.
Oh man, that'd be a trip.
Be a hit, yeah, big time. All right, Carter,
Hey,
you're up again, man.
Okay, so this is another book that I came across, I think, last summer. So this is Storm #1, the Simone Bianchi, either Bianchi or Bianchi.
Bianchi. Sorry.
My name is Bianchi. How dare you?
Sorry. My being on panels with Mel too much kicked in.
Okay, so now this one, I noticed the Storm variants are really hard to find. I think there are only really 3 of them, but this one is the easiest to find. You know what I'm saying? So
not many were sent off to get graded though. I mean,
mhm.
because it's a cool cover, but it's not a great cover. You know what I mean? Like
It's
I've seen better Storm books.
it's solid, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
I think the red bar throws it off for me.
Yeah, it just doesn't make it feel like a variant, right? That's just sort of the standard,
Right.
So
See, I have it, and I didn't realize it was a variant, and I was like, oh, but like one thing I didn't realize was that there was such a low census count. Like,
you're like, I need to inspect mine to see if it's worth grading.
But I figured I'd draw attention to it.
Yeah,
It's readily available.
Well, I mean, this is a good time period to pick up X-Men books as well, because like no one's talking about it really. Everyone's riding the high on Spider-Man. So
I mean, there's a lot of talk that Halle Berry may be coming back for Deadpool. I mean, I've heard a lot of people talking about that recently.
That would be cool.
Yeah. So
she
this might be
something with white hair.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, the Hans cover is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. All right. What are we?
Hey, I got that.
All right, I just threw this on here. I know people. Mike Allred's got some rabid fans out there, and some people can't stand his art, but those who love him with a passion. This is Silk Spectre #3. This is a 1 in 25, and it's only 4 on the census. So, for people out there who chase the graded stuff, you got one of these. Might not be the worst idea to get it graded, put it out there. But yeah, just classic Allred.
Do y'all remember the drink, the Peace Teas?
Yeah.
The artwork kind of looks
like
I mean, it's not a knock at it or anything like that. It's just that's what it reminds me of. But,
interesting that Cook was writing the series and Amanda Conner was doing the art on the series, interestingly enough.
Yeah, this book is pretty cheap. Doesn't go for anything.
No, some of these I mean I think a lot of this Before Watchmen stuff was ordered fairly heavily. I mean, it was super anticipated. So this one, I mean, if I'm seeing this for $5, I'm grabbing it all day. There are some of these 1 in 25s that you can't find, but this one's out there.
I don't always remember the reception of Before Watchmen being very good when it was, even though it was heavily ordered.
It was. I think it fell short. Like a lot of this stuff doesn't live up to the hype, but there was a lot of hype around it.
I mean, the same thing happened to Doomsday Clock as well, too, right?
Yeah. Well, that thing killed itself because they couldn't get the damn books out in time. I mean,
Yeah.
Wasn't it like
That
a
long
year?
delay, man.
Yeah, no, there was like a 6-month delay between some books or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was
But I
nuts.
mean, there's always exceptions to the rule, right? Because Last Ronin, like people still stuck onto that train.
Yeah, no, that one hit big time.
And that was only 4 books, and it took what, almost 2 years to come out completely.
Yeah.
It would have been trippy if they would have let Alan Moore keep use the charlatan characters that they had bought when they bought up all those characters, and so you would have seen like Peacemaker playing the comedian's role. It would have been, it would be cool to see them do that with those characters just on a one shot, just to kind of see what it would have looked like.
I can tell you more wouldn't have anything to do with it, but
he's already
but
I bet you if they gave him $10 million, he'd write a book.
I don't think he would, man. I don't think he gives a shit. I really don't think he doesn't take any of the money from the movies that come out.
That's true.
I mean, even when they reprint the Miracle Man stuff from Marvel, they say the original writer, they can't even use his name there. He doesn't want anything to do with it. Like I don't think he does anything for money at all. Couldn't care less.
I mean, it's what happens when you become a snake wizard, right? So.
But he does some weird books now, right? Like
he had a actual comic sized book come out. I want to say like it's probably been like 7 years ago now at this point. Like
that Providence or whatever he was doing?
Yeah.
Was that the book that was like the covers were like made out of leather and stuff like that?
I think that was another book.
Okay,
that was another book.
Yeah, I mean, because I remember when I first joined Flipside, I was looking at an actual Alan Moore signed CGC book, and it was the first appearance of Constantine, and then, like, you know, no one cares at that point. I think the person wanted like $2,000 for it, and I really considered it. I'm kind of, but like I think I was being like a big-headed collector at the time. I was like, I'm gonna wait for the Killing Joke Alan Moore signature series book to show up.
Have you ever seen an Alan Moore signature series Killing Joke?
I have not.
Yeah,
but it would be hard to believe that there's just not one out there. I mean, I would guess there's probably like less than 5.
Shit, David Gibbons signed the shit out of him, right? Was it
or Boland?
Oh yeah, Brian Boland. Yeah, Brian Boland. Yeah.
All right, what do we got next? All right, this is just a book that's fun to find when you're out there digging. Deviate number 11. J. Scott Campbell. We know there's a lot of you J. Scott Campbell fans who watch the show, so just a little something for you. This book doesn't really go for anything, but it's an interesting one to grab from those dollar boxes.
Moore does sign, but it's very rarely.
Yeah, I love me some J. Scott Campbell, bro.
Yeah,
how many of these do you have, Joe? Yeah, how many do you have, Joe?
I've got that one.
Okay.
I've never seen this one.
Yeah, he did number 1. That one. He may have done one other one.
I think he only did. I could be wrong. I think it was just this one, and he did
number 1.
He did it. Well, there's a bunch. Yeah, there's a bunch of number 1s. He did one of those, and then he did this one, and I think that may have been it. Could be wrong, but I think that may have been it.
I think you're right.
Anyway, when you're out there, this one kind of gets skipped over in the back issues.
It does.
Hey, Aaron, that's the one I was asking you about.
Yeah.
All right, so just another one to keep an eye on when you're looking. This is Mind the Gap Act 2, issue number 17. This is a Jenny Frison cover B, and a cool-looking Jenny Frison book that was not heavily printed.
See, I picked up like 6 of them. I go, hey, check it out, Aaron. He goes, yeah, look at that Adam's apple.
Wait. Let's put an asterisk in that story. You said mama about it, and I was like, check out that Adam's apple.
Yeah, and then I was like,
That's not an Adam. That's just like a little.
That's just the part.
School of Marin. Let them know.
So, like, so back in the day, like for Japanese geishas, they used to be men that dressed up like this. So like sticking to the tradition. So I don't know. Can you honestly tell me that's
I
not
mean,
an
the only way to
Adam?
know is as Mrs. Friesen herself. Like maybe she unintentionally put a little lump there.
I mean, she could be trying to do the 3D thing where it's like the indent of her.
Okay, so what's in the issue? What's
that's
in
a
the guts?
that's a Joe question.
I don't read my books, man. I just buy the covers.
I don't have it, so I can't tell you. I haven't read this one. I don't have this book.
Hey, you need this one, Ben? I got you, bro. I got like 6 of them.
I'm gonna stick with I'll stick with the lady.
It's a stunning cover. I mean, but
do I
like,
do I need to create a poll for the chat to decide? I mean, we have 75 viewers right now, so I'm gonna get the poll ready.
I mean, based on Jenny Friesen, it looks like all the other girls she's drawn. So, like, you know, has she drawn a guy like this? I don't know. I don't know.
All right, I'll get the poll ready and then
Look at the hands. Are they man hands?
They don't look like it.
Yeah. See, so like, I don't know.
I was probably honestly just messing with you that day.
Yeah, but that kind of made me just kind of like
second guess what.
And then I went and
saw.
told my wife, you know, and she goes, "Well, that does look like an Adam's apple."
But there you go again. Your wife taking sides for someone else.
Well, one of her favorite movies is Memoirs of a Geisha, right? So, like, I went, "What do you think?" She goes, "That's got to be. If Aaron says it's a guy, it's a guy."
All right, I'll move on to the next book, and then I'll set us up.
Oh, this is another Jenny Friesen who I would have never guessed.
Yeah,
was Jenny. This is from E-Man Tony's Smokes. He submitted a couple of books in a row to the show, so thank you, Tony. This is Pilot Season Asset number 1. This is a cover.
I wonder if Laura knows about that book.
I don't know. I've never seen her mentioned. I've never seen it mentioned before, but
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I don't think I would think Jenny. If I'm digging for this thing, I probably would skip over it.
Yeah,
I'll grab it now, but
yeah, it doesn't look like Friesen.
Never, I've never come across from Top Cow. So, anyways, one to keep out for you completists for Jenny Friesen. We got any more books on the show tonight? Grimm. So this is an art germ back in his Zenoscope days before he made the jump to the big time. This is Grimm Fairy Tales number 99. I've looked for this book and never found it, but couldn't find any recent sales. There's only 11 graded, which doesn't mean anything. People aren't grading books like this generally, but it is an earlier art germ cover back from his from his Zenoscope days, which are always worth grabbing if you find them in the back issue bins for cover-ish.
God, cover A. God damn it. You know, because I went to Half Price Books and they had a whole lot of these, and I'm just looking for B or C, and I'm just going through them. So now
the B or C's are good to grab because those are usually way under ordered, even relative to the A's. But
so now I'm going to have to go back see if I missed this.
That arm is looking a little short there.
The one with the blade or the
yeah, he tried to do foreshortening, but he kind of missed the mark on that. He got a DJ Paul arm.
Oh yeah. You know, I thought, God, now that you went, I didn't realize she was holding the blade. I thought that blade was coming out of her elbow, basically, like she got her arm cut off and she had a blade for a hand. That's how I was looking at that. Yeah, now that you point that out.
Yeah, he tried.
Back when he was just an amateur working for Zenoscope.
Now I got to wait in line to go pick up his Street Fighter cover this weekend. Not even for myself, for other people.
Dang.
That's how it works, though, right? hey, I'm going to this con. Hey, can you pick me up this?
Oh, give me, give me that. Give me that. I was like, damn.
By the time you're done, you got no books for yourself.
Right. Or no room to carry back books for myself, right?
All right. That was the last book of the night.
All right.
That was a good
So
lot, man. That was
Yeah.
good stuff.
So make sure you're tuned in tomorrow night for Nearing Nirvana. I'm pretty sure we'll see Joe tomorrow night.
Yeah, I don't know what the topic is, but I'm sure it'll be pretty fun. So
Yeah, it's always a fun show on Friday night.
Yeah.
You know, kick back your shoes, enjoy the show, Girls and Joe. Saturday we have Saturday morning toy box. On Monday we have Cover Lovers. Tuesdays with one of the other flagship show, Comic Book Women. Wednesday, we need to update this graphic again. We have the Comic News weekly show. So catch the Team Nerd Herd hanging out on Nearing Nirvana, and then you're back here with us on Thursday. And so we had teased an episode of what we're gonna kind of talk about next week. So
Yeah, I can't forget about that one. Don't let me forget about that one. I'm putting the slides together on Wednesday and Thursday, so I'll try to remember to do that in the morning. But all right, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys next week.
Yep, and thank our sponsors again. So make sure to sign up for Cover Price. Use the code Nirvana14 for a 30-day unlimited membership for only 99 cents. You can use the code Nirvana for a 10% discount at Bird City Comics on their website and their app. So don't forget to sign up for their text line as well. And then we'll be back next week. And
yeah, that's it.
And
all right.
Don't buy those books on eBay. Make sure you look in at LCS and cons. Except for my book, this is listed on eBay right now. So.
If you're selling at cons, be on the lookout for Mercenot. He's very dangerous. Very dangerous. So make sure you look at your books twice before you put them out for sale.
Just wait until Knife and I hit that con
Mm.
in Phoenix with Dallas. So
I wish I was going with you, bro.
All right. Yeah. Next time. All
Yep.
right. Y'all have a good weekend. I'll
Peace.
catch you next week.